Hi.
Hi.
Bienvenidos. That means welcome.
Welcome to Floss, Paper, Scissor, adventure number 7.
I'm Catherine.
And I'm Julie. And welcome. We've got lots to share with you today. I'm going to put this clicker I'm just going to put right here.
That's a good idea.
Okay. All right.
For safekeeping.
Only knows. We had a fun adventure this week. Catherine and I took a field trip to a fabric warehouse that we have 2 of them by us, one south of us and one north of us. So we ventured. I'd not been to the north one, so we ventured up there.
And I'd not been to either.
So it was fun. So it's a warehouse that has all sorts of fabrics, upholstery, furs, vinyls, everything you could possibly imagine. And when you first walk in the door, there are 4 55-gallon drums of buttons.
A lot of buttons.
We spent way too much time in the buttons. I think we were probably sifting through like it was gold, you know.
I didn't think it was
gold.
I
did. The one down south of me, they had charms in big bins, and I would go through the charms. It was kind of like therapy, you know, just like those sand things you can claw.
Okay.
Anyways, we were there for like 20 minutes, and we picked out 55 of them.
The smallest little bag of buttons ever.
You had to count your own. So we did. But the first ones I found were these mother of pearl ones. It's hard to tell. They're rectangle. So I don't know. I got like 6 of them. Like I thought I'm going to need 6 of them.
For something. What? We're not sure.
And then like they had this square. Look at that. That square bead or button. Not a bead.
It has like texture on it, doesn't it?
Yes, little sparklies. And then, I don't know, I felt compelled just to get 3 orange ones. I don't know why. It was just...
Where's my button? Hold on.
I
got some buttons, too.
She got some buttons, too.
I got this little guy. He is an ear of corn. Can you see? I don't think you can see.
And do you think out of all of these buttons, we could find another ear of corn?
No.
I was all the way...
She was like elbow deep.
Elbow deep. And then bringing them up to the surface. We couldn't find another teddy bear. And we couldn't find another ear of corn.
It looks like a chocolate teddygram. Which, I mean, I guess that's what a teddy bear is.
How many buttons do you think there were? A zillion.
That's like one of those weird twisted math science games that you do at baby showers with candy. No, there had to have been a gamillion.
Yeah,
for sure.
Unbelievable. She got these that had little smile faces on them.
And I got this little flower.
That's a shank button. She didn't know what a shank button was.
I didn't know it had a name.
Yeah.
And then I got this one. It's a little flower.
Oh, yeah. You got a lot of those.
I got the yellow middled flowers, and then I got the just plain white flowers.
Yeah, they were, I don't know why. Oh, and then this one. Whoa.
Don't lose it.
I won't, because it's the only one in the whole world, because we could not find another one. But I got to get it with my pinchy fingers. It is a little tiny anchor.
You know, the influencers on the TV say, like on the internet, say if you put your hand, it makes you see it better, but I don't think that's helping with that tiny little anchor.
No. But yeah.
And this one's a black flower.
They were so cool. We really had just way too much fun.
We had like handfuls of them. We had to like ask the lady for a bag.
Bag.
What do you do with handfuls of buttons?
Yeah, when you walk right in, you couldn't even push the cart. So
yeah.
But what we went there for is I had some finishes that I was going to bring with to match for pillow backing or like my animal crackers. I wanted to put fabric on the back of them.
I had them too, but mine never made it out of my purse.
I thought she left them in the car. They were in her purse.
Yep.
And we were so overwhelmed. She had taken some pictures of the warehouse inside, and she'll post those either on Instagram or I'm sitting on a pin or something. Instagram.
What do you mean you're sitting on a pin?
I don't know. It felt
Is it the zipper of the
pillow?
pillow?
Might be.
Are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Whew.
I'm good. I do a thumbs up, but I can't do that yet. So, no. So, she took some pictures and she's going to put them on the Instagram. And it was mind-boggling.
It's just a whole bunch of like buttons with sea of buttons. Everyone's seen a sea of buttons. I didn't get the whole barrel picture, and then I took a selfie of the two of us with some warehouse walls in the background.
From floor to ceiling, just these bolts and rolls of everything.
It's like nothing I could have ever imagined. I don't know what I was anticipating when I went, but that wasn't that. And it was very overwhelming. I had a lot of squirrel moments for sure.
Well, squirrel or crab moments. First aisle we went down, she just about lost her marbles.
Because remember, I like crustaceans. I made this. Now, this isn't going to have any association with this at all.
Atrocious.
But this was the inspo. This has started quite the little conversation in our old lady group chat.
Yeah.
And so when I found this, I had to have it.
So she goes, "Oh, I've got to have that." I said, "Okay, put it in the cart." She goes, "Well, that's dumb. I don't need that." I go, "Well, no, who needs this?" Well, I said, maybe if we talk nice and ask Dee to make a project bag out of it.
Yep.
Not like you're going to do future crustacean cross
but it just brings me joy.
Yeah, it does.
So I did take a picture of it and sent it in the group chat and was way more enthusiastic than anybody else in the group chat. But she did, maybe reluctantly, I'm not sure, but she did agree to make me a project bag. So we had to find coordinating
a contrast
fabric.
Dee puts a band on the top and then lines it. Next aisle down, I kid you not, this stripe.
They're so perfect together.
They are absolutely perfect.
It's like it was meant to be.
And we had to put this bolt in the bottom of the cart because as we were moving with this on the top of the cart,
it was nauseating.
We were like, "Oh, we gotta move that. That's not gonna be good."
No.
And then I didn't realize at the Southern shop, wholesale shop, they cut the fabric for you, but at this one you had to cut your own fabric, which was not good for me. I still can't use a shears because of how the thumb loop comes up over this bone where I had it fused. It's very sensitive. So she's been doing some fabric cutting for me. So I said, "Well, girly girl, you're up for cutting all this."
Fun fact, can't cut a straight line to save my soul.
Well, you did get that groove in the wood.
I did come around a way.
So, but underneath all the cutting tables, I kid you not again. I'm not a kidder.
No. Mm-mm. Oh, I do have a picture of those, the boxes.
Like, they were...
zippers.
Well, they were dishwasher size boxes of...
But look how cute that all goes together.
They're not scissors, zippers. Did you say scissors?
No,
they're zippers.
They're zippers.
Yeah.
You said dishwasher, and then I think you got all confused.
We didn't even try to see if it really worked.
I did. I was playing with it.
But yeah, perfect match. So that was very exciting.
That was a very successful
Then we found
event.
This beautiful fabric too. It's just, I don't know, rose, wine.
Mauve.
Mauve. A dark mauve.
It matched a couple of pieces that you wanted to do, and then when we got home, I realized I finished. I was working on Sidetrack, this Heart and Hand. I'd gotten this big book, and I was working on this one called Kindness, and I had finished it. So, ta-da! Looks like that, but. When I got home and I saw her fabric, I'm like, look how cute that matches.
Yes, perfect.
And thankfully, she bought an excessive amount.
Well, we only needed like at max a 9 by 11 piece. So of course you buy a yard.
Of course. Why wouldn't you buy a full yard? I don't know.
So yeah, that's perfect.
But it matches the little finish.
That needs a little bit more than in the fabric swatch. Show it again.
What?
That's
what it is.
Oh, I know, but it deserves a little bit more attention. Just beautiful.
And I even did some of the hearts more than once because I screwed them up. I went on a separate side adventure other than this shopping event, and I had to redo a couple of my hearts, but It's a story for another time.
Later in the video, we'll talk about that.
Maybe. We'll see. But that is a beautiful
perfect
color.
Then, next on the list, we better not hit the clicker. We'd be cut out.
Yikes.
This is flannel.
Mm-hmm.
Just was not white, not ecru. It was just perfect. Mm-hmm. And when we got home and showed Tom, he goes, well, if you were looking for a piece of that, I would have given you my shirt. And I'm like, well, we kind of...
We needed more and fresher and not as what is it called?
Worn. Wash worn.
Wash worn. Yeah. Not weathered.
And then I bought 3. They had these buttons, these big, huge buttons.
They look like a pig nose.
Yeah, but they're very pale pink.
Yeah.
And I think I can use, we bought 3. Wasn't sure if we needed 1.
They're dill buttons.
Yeah, she kept saying, hey, look, they've got dill buttons. And I'm like, whatever. And then when I look, I go, hey, they're dill buttons. And she's like, duh.
They're made in Germany.
Are they?
I just read this. And you can recycle the carton.
You know what a lot of people use these for? When they knit a shawl, they'll put a button so they can... something like that. They
use it like a button brooch.
Yeah. But we got those.
That'll be cool for that pig thing. That's for your spotted pig.
Yeah, that's for my spotted
pig.
And this is, we can't tell, this is a secret because I might not use it. Maybe I will. But it's perfect for what I'm going to do.
That was an interesting spiral.
And this one also is very cool. This fabric has a little stripe in it.
A pinstripe, one might say.
Yeah. Yes, a vertical pinstripe with those little kisses.
Now it's a horizontal pinstripe.
Oh, like that's going to throw me. That, I know what I'm going to use that for. So you'll have to just watch this space. And then this.
She has no purpose for, other than it was pretty. But I had
to have it. I have no clue what I'm going to do with it. If I might just sit and hold it. It just spoke to me. It's like,
it said, hello, Julie.
Wait, are those hearts?
Bring me home.
Not really.
No.
Just loved it. And then our final piece was this.
Oh, wait, they are.
Are they hearts?
No. They're just 2 humped leaves.
Oh. This final piece is kind of pink, kind of rose, kind of lavender, kind of whatever. No, blush is more orange.
Well, it looks like my blush that I put on my face.
But yeah, this was so much fun. So we've got all this to do. And then after that, we went to...
we went to the Hoblob where I got a couple of fabrics.
Yeah, for yours.
I can show those.
Yeah, show the project and then what you need it for. So she's got some finishes.
I had previously finished this one. It's by Lizzie Kate. It's called Friends Are Like Angels on Earth. And this I started back in like 2001 when I thought I wanted to be a cross stitcher and then decided it was not for me. But I found it one day when I was cleaning. So I did finish it. I had to do some fixing because clearly past Catherine also didn't follow patterns or rules.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. But I want to gift that to a friend who is like an angel on earth. So I got this cool fabric.
It matched perfect. It's gray. It looks blue on the camera when I'm looking at it, but it's quite dusty gray.
Yeah, so I don't know what we're going to do, but since I'm like not keeping it for my own self, I am going to lifeline you in to help to make sure that it looks nice.
I think we decided that you wanted to not pillow it.
Yeah.
But
that seems hard.
Pad foam core the front, pad foam core the fabric back. And then I can see maybe a ripped rag ruching around it.
Oh, we were going to do a thing for that.
Yeah. Oh, we have, we've got a lot of...
That's on the to-do list. We should call
this the squirrel episode. Squirrel! We were going to do 3 tutorials, and one of them was on rag ruching. And let's just say the other 2 are...
TBD.
A secret. No, we know what... We know. We've determined them.
Do we know? We might know, but we might not.
I know, but... Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
3 of them will be coming. So
but we could use this for that rag one because we did the regular ruching tutorial And then there's your rag style.
Yep.
That.
Oh, and I know the other one is a biscornu because
the tiny chair cushion.
Yeah. See, well, she was boot scooting in Nashville.
Yeah, I might have been in Nashville last week.
And I cleaned my room. So I ran across some different things and I thought, well, what's in this project bag? And I opened it up and I went, oh, I could finish that. No, because it's that biscornu cushion.
Tiny chair cushion that we were saving to do as a tutorial video when my hands are done. And they're getting better.
Oh yeah, I only have, I don't go to therapy next week. I go the following week, and that may be my last one. I'm a little bit more scattered than usual today because, believe it or not, when I had hand therapy this morning, and when they do that, it is connected to my brain.
Weird.
And
Science.
I have your hand takes up a lot of space in the brain because your thumb is one of the most used joints in your body. And so after I come back from all this intense, they do the cupping, they do scraping, they do all this stuff to it. I'm just like useless and should just be home in my jammies sitting in a chair. Maybe with the ability to eat a cookie. Thread and needle is iffy.
But here we are.
Yeah, so we'll see. And then what else fabric did you find?
I got this one. So this project was my first official cross stitch thing that I had done. It was a free pattern by that name I can't remember. Manny Didana. N's and R's and cursive. It's challenging.
It's a funky font. It's a scrolly font that kind of throws.
It was free.
Yeah.
And it was Land of the Free. So I did it on this real loosey-goosey fabric.
I think that's 18 count over 2.
Hold on. Let me get it all together for you. And then I found this backing fabric that I'm going to do something with. But it was hard to find because the blue that I cross-stitched it with was hard to match a fabric to.
Yeah, it's not your basic navy.
So I thought this one brought in that lighter vibe. So I don't know. I think it's cute. So of course we had to buy way too much.
What, did you get a half yard?
I don't know. Probably.
Well, I think we got a half yard because you might want to fussy cut the back.
Oh, yeah. You did mention that.
Yeah.
To make sure the right part of the design looks good or something.
Yeah, so you have a good look on the back too.
But yeah, so I got that fabric.
Yeah. So that kind of concludes. We'll show the last fabric when you do.
Oh yeah, that one. That can circle back on that one.
Yeah.
Because that one can wait.
Well,
Because I was out of town, so I do have a very small little box of okay to show items. It has a label. Okay to show.
Well, you forget what you've shown and what you've stitched and what you've,
Sometimes my brain just hurts, so.
I hear you, sister.
I'm your daughter.
Her daughter.
Good try, though.
Yeah, I was trying to be hip. I shouldn't do that. No. Okay. Foam core behind.
Oh, behind. Should we hold this?
Please.
Want me to hold it?
Yeah.
Okay. You let go.
Okay. This is the Moon Deer by Owl Forest Embroidery.
Owl? Do you see it in the picture?
Yeah, it's good. And this is stitched on 36 count Country Vintage Mocha. Over like 2 fabric threads, stitching with 1 strand of Weeks Dye Works of my choice. They do come in a thread packet. We talked about that in a previous episode, but I chose to do Weeks Dye Works. The brown that is shown, which is real major in it, is called Havana. Havana. And the accompanying color is Palomino, which what I'm afraid of is that it's too much like Havana. And I'm like,
They are very similar.
Well, and you know, when you've got a hand-dyed fiber, you don't know which part of the hand-dyed is going to be the prominent showing when you're stitching it. Is it going to come out lighter? Just because it looks like the perfect match in the hank doesn't mean that it's going to show that when you stitch it. I must have been curious because I found that I also have 3 of the bee's knees, which is golder. Now my apprehension with that is, will the lightness of the bee's knees be too close to the color of the fabric? And I guess, I don't know. I wanted to stitch this to see what kind of variegation. Now that's 2 sections of the 5 yards, and it kind of gave you a nice look of how it's gonna stitch out with variegation. So I don't know what we'll do.
I don't know either. I think it looks nice though.
I think when we spoke, you said I could do my little stitches up in the corner.
I mean, I was a little bit sassy about it and it didn't go over well, but a wise woman did once tell me that if you take your little selvage over here on the side, you can put your little X's and get a vibe for it.
But see,
again, not well received.
Here, she did, huh?
The wise woman.
See, there's the difference between the bee's knees is the lighter and the palomino is the darker. Or hopefully that's not Havana. No, that's palomino. There's a difference. The camera isn't doing it justice.
Come back just a smidge and see if it gets a little bit of the natural or lighter there.
So I don't know. We'll have to see.
You'll have to do some sample stitches.
I know. It's hard enough to get them in for good, let alone to do it otherwise.
Why is this so loopy right here?
Oh, because that's my basted.
Oops.
No, that's okay because I basted up from the center. I had to go up 223 stitches to start at the top. So I basted in blocks of 10 stitches, which is 20 threads. So every 20 threads I did a baste.
Wow.
So I knew how to count over.
You got some string stuck in there.
Yep. That's what I do when I'm working with thumb grip. When I'm working with a length of
it's like a little pocket.
Yeah, I wind it up. Once I've taken my one strand out, I just take it and I tuck it in the roll down there. And then it's right there for me.
Hey, Julie.
Yeah.
Why do you got these things on there? I mean, I know they're things because I've used little ones, but these are really big ones.
Well,
but it's on a thing, so does it need a thing?
No, as wide as this is, I couldn't get a tight roll on it because there was so much fabric. This piece is 24 inches in length.
That's bigger than a standard poster board.
Yeah. Is it 24 inches? No, they're longer than that.
Oh, I guess it is 22 by 28.
Yeah, so I'm like, I didn't think it was it was kind of saggy. So I've seen some gals on the web, on the World Wide Web.
On the internet?
Yeah. Use social media. On social media.
There we go.
Yeah. Use these. And I thought maybe I would try that.
So it just kind of pulls it this way?
Yeah, it pulls the tightness on it because I can't get the tightness cranked on the top and bottom. So I got a pack. They are smart and cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sophisticated.
Magnetic. I thought that said silicone treats. Silicone ties. So I got
That's
those.
a multi-pack for sure.
So I thought, well, I'll try. Now I just put them on when I got over here because they were on the doorstep when I came in.
My doorstep?
No, on my doorstep when I came in back from therapy. So I just put them on. So I haven't stitched with them to see if it's really gonna do the trick or not.
Hey,
so
Mom.
We'll see. Yes.
Can you make sure not to swallow these? Because it says that it can stick together through your intestine sections and cause serious infections and death. So I'd prefer it if you didn't die, so don't swallow these.
You're kidding me.
No.
I know children will swallow magnets, but how can you swallow something?
I don't know, but it says the small magnet, so maybe if you took it apart and then swallowed it, I mean, that's investment of time and energy.
Well, that's 7 inches. You'd have to, a danger. There's a danger. And it doesn't say for children. It's
It's just
for
warning.
People too. Oh my goodness.
Well,
so I'm anxious to see if that's going to work. You're going to put it over there so I'm not tempted.
She don't want you to snack on it later.
So this is the moon deer.
Oh, yeah, this is what she's working on.
Which is beautiful. That deer is so majestic, and his antlers have like leaves on them. I don't know why I'm so taken with this.
And I feel like this is so outside of your like
It
OG
is.
wheelhouse.
Yeah. What does you said? You typed that last night. What does OG mean?
Like original.
Oh. I'm like, oh, gee, did she try to call me old? I didn't know if it was a typo or OG means...
It means original.
Original, okay. Fun fact, I learned something.
Or like original. Mm-hmm.
And then while you were day drinking...
What? When? Huh?
When you were in Nashville.
Oh, you scavenger hunted or did you clean?
No, I cleaned. I cleaned my office. I thought, what am I going to do? You know?
Whatever will I do with my time?
No, I've got all this stuff. Just when we do a video, I go home and I just dump it in my office. And then I had to go through and find...
Organized.
Well, I am very organized until I'm not. You all know what that's like. All of a sudden you're like, oh, I've got this big pile of stuff. And
have you seen my den?
Yeah, I have.
I started like 3 projects and then left for Nashville.
Well,
I haven't finished any of them.
And I thought, well, you're in Nashville, and I knew your stitching time was minimal, so I was kind of gauging my stitching time. Plus, I'm kind of in the mindset of, now that I can do all this stitching, what do I do first? What am I going to start? What am I going to finish? And it's like I'm so overwhelmed, I found myself cleaning. The only thing that didn't wind up in the linen closet, that's where I usually wind up. But I ran across, Catherine made these bags, What the Cluck Chicken Club. And I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. I wonder what's in there. Oh, chickens. I totally forgot.
That's why I made you the chicken bag. I let you join the chicken club.
Yeah, you let me.
I let you by making you a tote bag.
There is a chicken club. Why don't you share? You've shared it before, but why don't you share it again?
Once upon a time, my grandparents were old people, and they didn't want any gifts because they had all the things they already needed in life. So for Christmas, I would buy them farm animals from the Good Gifts program through the ELCA. And what that means is like I buy a goat or a pig or a group of 10 chickens or a share of a cow in honor of someone.
Yeah.
And what they do is they then provide whatever object it was that you purchased to someone who is in a impoverished community or country, either locally or across the globe, essentially. Mm-hmm. And so when they passed on, I still wanted to like contribute to that organization, but like I could have just made a donation. But instead I started a club.
Yeah.
And I have tote bags. I have a chicken club. I have a squeal squad, which is a pig club. And then I have a moo crew, which is cow club.
Oh, they're so cute.
And there's tote bags and shirts and little like zipper pouch things too. But yeah, I make them because they're fun. And then a portion of the proceeds from the sale of each of those club items gets, at the end of the year, compiled, and then I purchase said items. So yeah, it's my club. Yep. And on my website, the I Got You Designs.shop, there is a specific page for each of the clubs.
Yeah.
And there's fun things, so you can look at pictures of the animals. You can get recipes for
it's fun
them, and there's product line. I don't know.
But then when Satsuma Street came out with the What the Cluck,
she had to do it.
I had to do that as well. So this is 28 count Lugana over 2 fabric threads with 2 strands of called for DMC. I did it in the called for.
She followed the rules.
Yeah. That's before I got all crazy and not.
Right? Let's do the funky chicken.
And have you seen the new ones for the release, the Nashville market? They're called Groovy Chicks. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, what attitudes are they sporting? So I did put one of those. Because while you were gone, I also was pretty heavy into pre-orders. Oh my gosh.
You just wanted to be part of Nashville since you weren't there physically with me. You just decided to digitally shop from the Nashville market release. Is that the train of thought you had?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then my friend Wendy, she had sent me this it's sealed, but it's the wool that was used for
if you're new here, my mom is allergic to wool, and she has to wear gloves when she does it. So thankfully it was wrapped in saran wrap to protect her little fingers.
So I thought, oh, I'll stitch on that. And I got some really good progress on that. So that was kind of fun. I worked 2 nights on that. And then I thought, well, now I got to put that away because there's a part of me that likes to finish everything. Well, actually, there's a part of me that only had one hardanger thing going at a time. So now all this cross stitch just to cross stitch, just for the fun of doing it, is kind of just driving me to go way out and start all this other stuff. Well, it's new.
It's like, although you've been in the industry for your entirety of your adult life, you haven't really explored outside of your teaching and designing world.
And hardingers. So I missed out on a lot of the designers and, what was going on. And, I mean, I knew a lot of designers, but I didn't have the time because it was business stitching. Now I'm social stitching, and it's there's no deadlines, there's no anything. So
we just winging it.
But I did spend some time after our last adventure together. I was really kind of jonesing to put a lot of time into this. And I couldn't put it down. It just, now I can't pick it up.
Do you want some help?
Please. This is the Amelia. Yep. This is by Calico Confectionery. Amelia's Valentines. Now, of course, theirs is stitched on a different fabric. 18 count cream Ada. And I saw this, pull over my way, there, and up. Okay. This is 18 count memory, and it is so beautiful. And I, of course, couldn't use the colors that they called for originally because they were not complementary to the fabric.
Nope.
So I switched them. And the conversion is on the show notes that you have on the website.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't checked it out yet, like, not to toot my own horn about, like, oh, the website. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from the people who have ventured out to the website to get our show notes. And that when you go to the IGotYouDesigns.shop website, at the top, there's a section that says flosstube for floss, paper, scissor. And if you click on that, it brings you to a page, and it has a link to our video. It has the description of whips, finishes, special mentions, different notes of things like items that we've shown or color changes that we've done and stuff like that. So it's way more user-friendly, in my opinion, than the description box of the YouTube channel.
Yeah. So I'm just loving that. Now the centers are supposed to be stitched white. The L, the O, the V, E.
That'd be a really stark.
Well,
like, white.
Well, we'll see. I mean, they say to stitch them in white, and I kind of was okay with doing them in white. But around each letter, if you can see, around each letter are swirls. Now the swirls they had in yellow, and I wasn't going to go yellow. What I chose was this 318 gray for
That'll
the swirls.
That'll be real nice.
Now you got me double thinking the white.
No. If you have the gray in there, well, that'll look nice.
I think maybe the gray will tone down the white.
Yeah. But if the white was the only light color, that'd be scary. But if there's that pretty gray...
Well, maybe I could do the 3865 white.
I like that white.
That's a little calmer. That's not as white.
I like that white. That's my...
Yeah. And then, of course, when we went to the Hoblob...
After the warehouse, we went to the Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
And
a new one that we hadn't been to.
In a different town, a neighboring village.
And totally backwards from what our local Hobby Lobby
we got lost a couple times.
But it made us go down up and down every aisle because we weren't sure. It wasn't laid out the same as what we were used to. But found the knob section.
Of course she found the knob section.
Got this handle Look at that. Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah, it's a real good handle for sure.
Yeah. This is going on top of that because that will be a block because I know what shelf I'm going to put it on in our TV room.
My former bedroom.
Media center.
No, it's my former bedroom when I was a small child.
The smallest room in the house is now
the one TV with room. The walk-through.
Yeah, she had the walk-through.
See, my walk-through is, I call it a den. It's a third bedroom for sure, but it's usually cute as a guest room. Currently, I have multiple projects going on, so it's just been the dumping grounds.
Oh, don't you hate that when you've got stuff
going on? Well, there's
a
bunch that needs to go to the thrift store. There's a bunch that needs to get filed away for safekeeping, like memories or whatever.
Oh,
and then
memories.
There's like a pile of jackets that I'm going to have.
Because you redid your closet.
Well, no, I'm going to have my little buddies try them on because they were Bella's jackets that she adulted out of. And then I redid my closet so that,
yeah,
it's not good.
When you do a little remodel, you've got stuff all over, and you just want to dump it someplace to get it out of the way.
And I was in the thick of it, and then I was like, Nashville, it's calling me.
You had the trip.
Yeah, it was already planned.
I've had enough of this closet. I'm going to Nashville.
No, it was already pre-planned. My bestie and I, we like concerts, and there's a couple of choice artists that we're going to go and see on our concert tour this summer. We're going to a couple different ones, but the artist that we saw in Nashville was in fact playing in Minnesota where I live. But the distance to drive, the fuel, and the hotels in that part of town, so expensive. And the concert tickets for that venue, also very expensive. So we found that if we flew on an airplane to Nashville for 4 days and went to the Ryman, it was like the same price. So why would you not?
Yeah. You saw a whole bunch of stuff down there.
So we were living it up for sure.
Yeah. Had some afternoon cocktails, which is always fun.
It started at mimosas with breakfast.
Oh, I did see that photo.
I did share that in the group chat.
I know. I said, I don't think they're just drinking orange juice.
Orange juice out of a fancy cup. Yeah. There was mimosas. There was margaritas.
You didn't have any responsibilities other than your own self, so why not?
And when you don't rent a car, you don't have to drive anywhere.
So then that means you can partake in libations. Right?
Yes. Yep. And
partaking was taking place.
Broadway is a fun place to be. All the hustle and bustle.
Oh, I thought Broadway. I thought you went to Nashville.
No, Broadway is
Street
it's the Nash Vegas version of Nashville.
Is it?
It's Nash Vegas, baby. All the bars, all the lights, all the hustle and bustle.
Fun. She had a good time.
I did.
It was a good getaway.
Mm-hmm.
So
why are you taking my board?
I was just going to put it here.
Oh.
So while she was out having fun, I'm at home cleaning.
By choice. She loves cleaning. Don't get her wrong.
No, I do. I really, really do. It's my jam. Okay, so I finished Henrietta. Now you tell me if you could have had those eyes looking at you for that whole stitch.
They are beating.
They were the last 8 stitches.
I don't even want to look at them.
The last 8 stitches I put in.
I can't do it.
I gave her arms.
She's so creepy.
I gave her arms. And I think she's just adorable.
Is she though?
Yeah. And then I did her...
I like those basket things.
I did her little basket. All these animal crackers, these are by Stacy Nash, Animal Cracker Collection, have a little accessory. And this one was finished as a pin keep. So I did that. That was fun to do. It's really cute. Is it showing?
Yep, but it's... Oh, there, now it's in focus because I disappeared.
Okay.
It's perfect.
Now, this was Henrietta.
Said chicken. That's this lady, right?
And then I had finished before, I keep forgetting, Scarlet.
Johansson?
And her little thing is a needle book. I did not stitch it. I wasn't into the accessories until I saw that chicken basket or that basket full of eggs.
Are they all needle books?
I don't know what they all are.
This one has needles in it.
I'm jumping ahead in my pile here because remember I said after I finished Henrietta, I was going to do Maggie May because if those were the only 3 in the group, I could have a bulldog or a whatever animal that is, dog type it is, and the chicken and the
mouse.
No, it's a rabbit.
Oh, curse word. What? That's a rabbit?
I believe that looks like a rabbit.
The whole time I thought it was a mouse.
No, mouse. The little mouse is called Bobbin. I've got that one too. So now with all the Nashville releases, I had bought the fabric.
A rabbit?
Yeah, I believe.
It does have rabbit ears.
Yeah.
I liked it better when I thought it was a mouse.
Where the new Nashville releases, Stacy has released, what did we say? Harriet. Now, Harriet is a hare. That's why she's got the long, skinny arms. And this bunny, Maggie May, just gets a sweater. But what's her little gift? What's her little accessory?
Radish, which makes way more sense for her to have a radish or a turnip than to have a mouse with a turnip.
Well, that mouse was all on you. The fabric.
You never once mentioned that this was a rabbit.
I assumed by the photo you knew. No, this is the fabric.
We're about your own self.
This is the fabric I chose. It's
brown.
36 count wheat, which is a light taupe.
Wheat.
A light taupe.
You got to pronounce the H. Wheat. Because the H feels left out.
You know, I've seen this on social media where someone had done this sweater in the teal frost. Oh, that was really cool. Now, as much as I wanted to actually follow the instructions, I found that I believe her dress is in Confederate gray, which ironically is like the same color as the fabric.
So, based on my observation here, the teal frost is the dip dots on the dress.
Yep.
Oh.
See, someone did the dip dots on the dress and did her sweater then in teal because she actually has a coordinating ensemble where I thought I would be on board with that.
Yeah.
But my question is what do I do with the dress being the same color as the fabric? Because really in the finishing of this, there's only like a 1/4 inch of fabric actually showing all the way around.
In between her legs. In
between her legs. I thought you said in between your legs.
Not my legs, her legs.
So
there's a little bit right there.
Yeah. But then her socks are blue.
I think it would be fine.
Yeah. I think talking about it a little bit.
Did it help or make it worse?
No, I think it helped.
I mean, talking about it made me a little annoyed that it's a rabbit. And that's what she had going for her, is that she was a mouse.
Oh, well, you want to know what's even more funny is when I saw that I had to put Clovis and Renard. They're British. There's a British series now.
Hello, Norman.
Yeah. Hello. I decided I've got to stitch Clovis. She is adorable. She's got like a house dress on it. No, Clovis is the woman and Renard is the fox man. Oh. And so I'm like, no, I promised Maggie May she was next.
That mouse.
Yeah, the mouse.
Rabbit.
So that's what I'm going to start. I told Catherine, I think I always want to have animal cracker in the makings.
That's unfortunate.
Well, thank God Mona and I are on the same page.
Well, you know what,
We're going to be Club Cracker.
Speaking of your weird animal cracker Nashville release things, the crumb giraffe with a party hat is cute.
When we posted on our group chat, I go, look at this. Clovis. Oh, no, it was Lily, which is the frog. Adorable. And then Harriet is the hare. She's like, no, the arms are too skinny. Creepy. And she goes, too creepy. But she goes, look at this one.
No, I didn't. Dee said, what's up with this crumb?
Oh.
And she thought it was because it doesn't fit the vibe of all the other ones.
The other ones are full bodies with accessories. This is just a giraffe head.
Because at the bottom of the bag of animal crackers, you have just crumbs of... It would be weird if she would have released like a leg. I mean, just be happy she released a head. And it's a giraffe. And it's wearing a party hat. He's my vibe.
Yeah, I could see why you'd like that. No, I'm not. How would he fit in a basket? He'd be down by all the feet.
Because he's a crumb.
Boy.
Boy.
Oh my goodness, seriously.
That's a song, actually.
Oh, so I don't know.
I don't know either.
What do you got?
Well, I went while my mom was cleaning. She found these. These are DMC. They're in the 4,000 range, and they're color variations 8M, whatever that means. I think that's like a metric measurement. Yeah. But these are variegated.
Those are the colors
like dyed.
That I had.
So I just kind of found them, and she gave them to me, and I brought them home. But one of them, prior to me going home, kind of struck my fancy.
There are more of these. It's just that these are the selections that I chose when I saw them. They kind of...
So I had recently, and I feel like a fool for not printing it yet, because I had other things going on. But I'll post a link or a name of it, of who it is. But I found there was a designer on one of the Facebook groups that I'm in that had a free pattern. It's a swirly egg thing with a bird in it. And it was kind of cute. So I downloaded it, and I'm going to use this color as one of the variegated ones. Mm-hmm. And I happened to also find... not cauliflower blue, Mom. This clearly says cornflower.
You know, she goes, I came out of the ladies' room, and I have a home with a ladies' room. I came out of the ladies' room, and she goes, I found a color. She was digging through all my fabric. And I go, which one? She goes, it's up there on your desk. It's cauliflower blue. And I thought, that's pretty. I like that.
As someone who grows cauliflower... in my garden, I didn't know why it was blue. I thought that was weird, but this clearly says Joblin.
Yeah.
Hand dyed 28 count flower blue, which makes so much more sense.
Well, and I just agreed with you. I didn't even question it.
Yeah, why would you not question it? You know that I'm crazy.
Well, that was a long day. We had a long field trip day. I'm like, cauliflower blue looks great with that thread.
But isn't it pretty? I mean, I'll post a picture of it on Instagram because there's a lot of like pink and periwinkles and all sorts of stuff matched in there. But I want to do that pattern that I found on this, and I want to give credit where credit's due. So I'll tag I'll put the name of who it is on there. Yeah. On Instagram when I post this. But no, we did have a busy day because we went to that restaurant, so we were both very full of food. Because we were hungry because we went adventuring twice.
We went to the wholesale place. We went to Hoblob. We put in all the steps. My gosh, that was a lot of steps.
So then I Googled, my speaker, I asked my phone for directions to food near me. And she's listening. And there was this restaurant, like we were thinking like, do we want like a Panera or just something like a sandwich?
We were in the Panera parking lot.
Right. Well, and then there was this other one that sounded like a Mexican restaurant. I like Mexican food. She likes Mexican food. I'm like, let's try something new.
And I'm like, okay.
So we went in there and it was not Mexican food.
And you know, when you're in it, we were eating lunch at like 2:15. Yeah. So when you walk in and there's no one there but the cook.
And then you like,
walk out.
Yeah. It was not Mexican food at all, but it was delicious.
It was amazing. I had
pulled pork.
Pulled pork.
With slaw and some pickled peppers.
And I had
pulled chicken.
Pulled chicken. I was thinking Peter Piper picked when you said pickled peppers.
Mother!
So I had pulled chicken, and their fries were amazing, and the sauces. I want my sauce on the side because if I don't know what it is, I don't want it. I didn't know if they'd slather it or drag it through, so I said on the side. Oh, were they ever good? The fry sauce for the French fries were really good, and then there was some kind of green thing that tasted rather green. It was pesto-y.
Was it pesto-y?
I don't know.
I don't know what it was.
You brought it home.
I did.
Yeah.
But it was delicious.
Yeah. And then we go to our house to look through all this fabric. So my mind was shot. Yeah. And you say cauliflower blue, I'm like, have at it. I'm not using it. So
well,
but FYI, it wasn't until right before the video she goes, this is cornflower. So she's had it for 4 days and never
I didn't look at it. I put it in my box of okay to show.
Okay to show. Well, right, was just fascinated with needle bling, love squared, not love rectangle, but love squared. I had the L done. It's for the way you look.
Do you remember when Bella danced to that?
Yes, it made me cry.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember the other words.
That's all right.
To me. So, yeah. So I got the O done. Love it.
It's so cute.
These are stitched. They're addictive because you go, I'm just going to start the O so I can say, I worked on this. Oh. Well, I got the O done, and then I'm like, I really want to put that arrow. That's kind of cute. So I did the gray of the arrow. Well, I got the gray out. I might as well put that outside around. Well, now I need the heart, and then it's done. Yeah. So really fun to do. Now see that vertical line dropping down to hold that center white heart? Mm-hmm. That is stitched over, 2 fabric threads if you're on an even weave, but on an Aida, it's in the center of it. Otherwise, it would be on one side or the other.
How do you do that?
Well, thank you for asking.
I mean, I genuinely would like to know.
Well, you have to pierce the weave of the 18 count. And there are 2 center threads that you can go down into. But then the next block is a little bit harder to do. So with your needle, I found if you're underneath trying to bring the needle up to split the 2 top threads, I was really struggling with that. So before I found the stitch, I took the needle and I went down through the top and kind of made a little bigger hole. So then when I came up from behind, I could see it really easy. Oh. And then it's laid perfectly, and that weave is split all the way down your vertical stitched stitch. I've not worked on Aida cloth in a very long time, but I'll tell you, with all of the beautiful fabrics that they have, I'm really drawn to them. You know, I really like a moth to a flame.
Oh, good Lord. A moth to a flame.
Yeah, that's the same.
I know, but...
I thought, God, don't question that.
No.
Okay.
But really.
So I really like this, and now I'll probably go home and work on the V. Yeah.
You know what you should do?
What?
The E.
Oh, I couldn't do that. No. And I don't think you could either.
I could.
I don't know about that.
I could.
So, do you want me to show this one?
I mean, I can talk about washing balls.
Oh, yes. Washing balls.
In my spare time... since I have so much of that, I washed some balls. So with softball season coming up, I wanted to restock my balls so I could make these. These are bag tags, so they have clips, but you can also put them on like keychains, like you can softball mom, softball dad, whatever. But this is my sample one, so it's my number, my name. But yeah, so I buy the balls at the secondhand sports store. But they're dirty because they're used.
And in her spare time, she disassembles them.
I disassemble the balls. I clean the balls. There's a lot of sticky involved and my hands get gross. But, and then I, just have a little stockpile of them ready to go for when softball season comes. So I was washing balls, and then I also threw together, it's wiggly, this keychain.
Cute.
Just so I could have some things like on hand for when softball season
She did a lot when Bella was
off.
in high school. She did a lot for sports teams.
Even before, like fun. When Bella played when she was younger, some of this stuff was hard to find. They didn't have a lot of things because you do like coaches gifts and end of year gifts and like tournaments. Like they're big into tournament gifts, like that you give to other teams or you give to your whole team. And so it's good to have, samples available for people when that comes. So I spent some quality time playing with my balls.
Playing with your balls.
But it's fun to go, and sometimes when you buy them at the used store, and maybe that's just because it's me and I'm weird, but they're game worn balls. And so like, someone donated that ball after their games because they're no longer like fit to be played with. But a lot of them have writing on them. So like if someone won the game ball or they were like the MVP, like whatever, you get these balls that have like Sharpie written all over them or like the team name.
And you can't get that Sharpie off.
No, I can.
Can you?
Yeah. Some of it I can get off. I use acetone. It gets a little sketchy, but it's fun to see the other people's memories and wonder.
Well, yeah, why they got rid of them? Well, God, I'll tell you.
What are you going to do with all those balls?
I don't know if I was ever given a game ball because I did something great that involved exercise.
You had your own bowling ball and you gave it away with your name engraved on it.
Well, yeah, I did.
So, I mean, people get rid of things because they're just over it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, my bowling days are long gone.
Well, I have your ball.
Yeah. Oh, you have it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I don't even remember getting rid of it.
It's purple.
Yeah.
Your name's engraved on it.
It's coming to me now. What, am I going to get it for my birthday now?
No, it's in a bag in the garage.
Oh my gosh. Do you have your phone with you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Well, I was gonna say you made bag tags.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, prior to her trip to Nashville.
I made luggage tags. Oh, my phone's way over there. Yeah. Can't get to it.
Maybe the next episode we'll talk about that. So she does a lot more than just cross stitch. Believe me, she made a poster for the grad posters.
I do a lot of posters actually. Like for senior night for different sports, like the local high schools do senior night to celebrate the seniors in the last usually game of the season or whatever. And so I've done posters for those for the whole teams, like the dance team and the cheer team and stuff. But one of the dancers, it's her senior year and they had their banquet and she wanted me to make her poster. So it turned out so good too.
Yeah. They're fun.
Shout out to G Bella. Got that one done.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Congratulations.
Yeah, that one turned out good.
Well, on the last episode, we talked about the 419.
Ooh. That was up for debate. It was controversial.
I wanted to change the greens because I don't like my leaves to be blue or gray. So the consensus was to stitch as is. Took everything in me to do it, but I got a good start on it.
Well, and there was the conversation, if you switch to greens, it would look Christmassy.
It would look Christmassy.
And so I'm glad that you went with the rules.
Yeah.
Because after all, it is your namesake.
Yeah. Rulesy Julesy, stuck with it.
Yep.
So tell me when I'm good and when I'm in.
You're in, and now you're focused. Don't move.
Okay.
So you want me to hold it?
Nope, here's my start.
You got to go up. It's moving.
Here's my start.
Is that the right side of the fabric? No.
No, what?
I wondered why it looked blurry. I'll hold it. Give me this.
It's been a long day.
I'm like, why does that look blurry? Can you see it now?
No, you have to go there. Up.
My thumb does that. It's not a controller. It's not a joystick.
It's over 1 on 22 count.
What?
With one strand.
You crazy?
I think I am. I'm really enjoying it. I tell myself daily.
I'm really enjoying it.
But here's the thing. You know how when you go to make an X, I go bottom left to upper right, bottom right to upper left, if you make them individually, or you go bottom upper right, bottom upper right, and then cross them back. I was having trouble with them laying straight. So what I decided to do is similar with stitching over one.
A diagram.
A diagram I blew up for you.
You exploded it?
Yeah, I did.
I zoomed in.
I was trying to find it I had to beam up my old computer, and the next day it finally was up so I could try to find
the enlargement.
Yeah. So,
is it like the cereal boxes where it's enlarged to show texture?
Yes.
Nice.
But by going from by stitching right to left, I usually stitch left to right, but by stitching right to left, starting at the bottom, going up over 1, and down at 2, come up at 3, go down at 4. By doing this diagonal overcast stitch, which I didn't do the sewing method, I actually stabbed and poked it. And by coming back the same way, your stitches are extremely consistent. Where we usually bring your needle up to the left of the vertical over thread when we start over 2, that kind of tells us that each stitch is on. When you're stitching over 1, your next stitch is going to be the underweave, if any of you know what I'm talking about, because I don't think I'm explaining myself
No,
right.
you are. I understand.
By doing it this way and then coming back the other way, you're creating that ridge in the back, which also gives you a really good space for you to slide your needle under to bind off and anchor your thread.
Yeah, because if you do it like the traditional, like left to right way, you have a good stitch and a squatty stitch and a good stitch and a squatty stitch.
Yep.
So doing it the other way you explained.
Yep. So
which I was unaware of. So I'm glad that she's talking about this.
Well, and I just thought, you know, for me to just explain it, you'd probably all be deer in the headlights. Like, what did she just say?
Like I was.
So I thought I knew I had this because I've done over 1 on 22 count when I've combined cross stitch and hardanger over 22. So I hope that helps maybe if someone kind of struggles with the same thing. But I'm really liking it, and it's awkwardly placed on the fabric because I want to actually make this like an envelope. I want the sides to fold back and the bottom to fold up so it looks like an envelope in the back as a finishing technique. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm having fun stitching on that.
Time will tell.
Yeah, it was a challenge. I'm like, as I'm doing it, I'm like, okay, I'm doing what the people want. They want me to do it.
Follow the rules, Julie. Yeah. Follow the rules.
And as I'm doing it, I'm like, why? Why are you doing this? This is really challenging. So, I mean, I'm working on all sorts of different things. You know, I'm doing 10 count Ada.
For your spotted pig.
Yeah, and over 22 over 1. I'm like, wow, there's a...
I got something in my eye and it hurts really bad.
Well,
I'll just be like this for the rest of the video. I'm really sorry, guys, but this is my look now.
Oh, no.
I'm really going to catch a fellow
this way. Do you have a
way.
contact in? Yeah. Yeah, they'll be flocking. They'll be banging down your door.
What's up, Mama?
Oh, no.
No, I don't. I took them out because they were bugging me earlier. No, my eyeball. The existence of my eyeball is bugging me.
Well, do you have the forthwith to carry on?
I think so. I'd like to show you my latest projects.
I can't. I just can't.
It's been a long day. Welcome back.
Ooh.
We'd like to invite you to look at my Love You a Latte by Shannon Christine. Copyright 2024. All rights reserved.
Well, hey, at least your eyes work.
I had one closed behind the paper. Oh. And that's my good eye, too.
Oh, no.
All right. So I was working on this, and I talked about it in the last video. I was a little
perturbed.
I was trying to be nice about it. I was annoyed at the confetti is the term stitching. Although, like, it's beautiful and I love the shading. I've just never done a project with shading on it before.
No, she hasn't.
So when I started, I was just kind of like, what did I get myself into? This is not fun. But
that's the cleaned up version than the text I got.
I mean, she's not wrong. So here's what I have been working on. It's still in my little Nurge guy.
Purge.
Can you see it?
Your purge hoop. Yes, it's fine.
So
I can hold it closer.
No, it's fine.
No, they want. The people want it closer.
The people want it closer.
Am I in?
Yeah, you're good. Stop. So I did a pretty good job on it. I think I've made some decent progress. Worked on that border a little bit, and I still got a lot of words to put in, but...
Oh, my abs are killing me.
Well, I said I could have done it. So yeah, I think that it's turning out nicely.
I love
don't
it.
You?
Yes.
So I used, I don't know if there was necessarily a fabric told to me or asked me to use because it just says that it was stitched on 14 count. So I think...
They didn't give it fabric?
No, because I think, have you noticed that a lot of them are just digital?
Yes,
so I don't know if
they're leaving the fabric choice up to you.
Yeah. And so the fabric that I chose was called linen. And it's 28 count, and it's in the color amber. And it's like I call it a crunchy fabric.
Because it's linen, not a...
Because it's not soft.
Yeah. Which usually, from what fabric I know, is a stiffer fabric than
It's weird because it's stiff, but it's so, like, loosey-goosey. Like,
yeah, with the weave.
It's just, it's a learning process for me.
Because
I'm new.
And you started on 14 count Ada, and then...
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's right. Your freedom was...
I know, and I didn't like it. And then that's when I switched to 28 count Lugana, and I've done almost everything on some form of Lugana. I did something on a Cashel once. My Satsumas were on that.
Yeah, and that has sometimes has a slub or a finer thread.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's part of the learning adventure. You got to remember, guys, I've only been stitching for a year.
Yeah.
So I'm still
Remarkable.
learning.
I think it's beautiful.
I only kind of like some things. But I think it's turning out cute. It looks really good from afar.
It looks really good up close, too.
Well, thank you.
I questioned a couple of white stitches when she showed me, and
they're gone.
She said, I'm going to take those out because I, too, did not like the way they laid. And then we talked about...
And these ones are just wiggly because of the way that this is pulled in this thing.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I think it turned out pretty decent so far. So, hopefully, I can get a little bit farther on it in the next 2 weeks. Maybe even have it done.
Yeah. How are you going to finish it? I like that stained wood thing.
Well, first I'm going to stitch it first. That's probably my first step in finishing
See,
it.
when I see something, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. Where am I going to put it? How am I going to finish it?
And then my brain goes, ooh, that's cute. I could probably do that. What am I going to do with it? I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm so saturated with stuff. So
I'm not a super duper decorator. I'm looking at my tree. It's not a Christmas tree.
It's an evergreen.
It's a woodland tree.
Oh, I see. Because it's got clear light. So even if it's up at past Christmas, it's woodland.
It's more or less because I just needed light on that end of the couch and I haven't found a lamp yet. So I just left it there and it's on a timer. It's just, it's perfect for when you have to go to the kitchen in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You know, for pickles.
Pickles? I don't go for pickles.
Well, you don't have a banana problem. I can't eat bananas, so I get low potassium. So then I get Charlie horses and then you need pickles.
Yeah.
So that was a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah. So do you have any more?
Well, I have one more, and then I brought this fun tool to share.
Am I forgetting something? No, I've done all my things.
What are you forgetting? You're not.
I better check my list.
You check your list, because what do you got left in there? I see some cool stuff.
I've got, that's kind of like when I was cleaning.
Well, then I'll show this thing, and then...
Oh, absolutely.
So...
How fun is that?
My beloved mother... Well, that makes you sound like you're dead.
Oh.
My mom. Hey, Mom. She got me this cool pattern. It's by Twin Peaks, right?
Yes.
Twin Peak Primitives. And it's called 3 Leprechauns.
Darling.
And I thought it was going to be huge.
Well, I did too.
Okay, well, neither one of us read, because reading is so hard. That's why I listen to audiobooks.
We were both
flabbergasted.
What did you say? That's why you do naughty books?
No! I mean, they are, but that's why I listen to audiobooks.
I'm like...
Thanks for ranting me out, Mom. Jeez. I think everyone listens to naughty books.
Yeah.
Regardless, I thought this was like big placemat status. Like, I thought it was going to be cool.
I did too.
Like a big thing. And we could have read. So we were at the Hoblob and we were trying to get strings just to make sure I had the ones I needed because I really wanted to start it. And I'm like, I remembered in my head, like there was a big green hat.
We just had the back.
Big beards.
Colors. We didn't have the picture.
I'm like, for sure we need 2 skeins of green. We get home and start cutting fabric and this thing is like 5 by 6. Like it's tiny.
And I'm like, do you realize that this is all the fabric we need?
Yeah, and then do you realize that we bought an entire yard of this polka dot stuff to back it?
Because we thought, we'll need that. Let's just...
But how cool is that? I mean, it's a little jazzy for you, but for me, love it. Suppose I should show you my progress. So, I'm going to take out the board here, just in case. So, here's my little guy in all his little bearded glory.
He's darling.
Can you see him?
Yes, he's perfect.
I got his little beard, his 2 little stumpy legs, but not the boots yet. And then the shamrock, I think, is in there. There's supposed to be a ladybug and a hat.
Those are feet? Or those are his legs? Oh, I thought they were his fingers.
No, they're legs that attach to his boots.
Oh, got it.
You can see it better on the... If you personally can open it and see, but the rest of the world cannot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Love the fabric.
The fabric is perfect.
Yeah.
It's very green. I think it'll look really cute with this.
And maybe some black trim.
Yeah, in real life, it looks really perfect together. Yeah. So, that's what I did.
Yeah, we would just walk up and down the aisles of these just long aisles of bolted fabrics. I think they were 1, 2, 3 high, weren't they? Just,
in the cat section.
I call it calico. I said, it's got a bunch of calico fabric. She goes, what is it, cat fabric? And I'm like, no, calico. That's what they called it back in the day. The florally, stripy stuff was calico, I guess.
But I'm really proud of my X's.
Yes, white is very hard to X.
And I think my X's turned out really nice.
Very nice.
So I'm tooting my own X horn over here that my X's look pristine.
Yeah.
Because some of my X's are
Top
sloppy.
level.
You think of the first time my X's were a little bit sloppy.
Yeah. I didn't want to tell her they were sloppy. I just asked her, because I don't want to be critical, but I wanted to ask her, how is she forming her X's? Just like willy-nilly?
Sometimes.
Yeah, but when you use
on how
white,
the spirit moves.
yeah, well, when you're using white, you have to be real consistent because white is really hard to lay straight. You okay there?
No. When I'm Wampus. Krampus.
Well, when you were Nashvilling.
What was I doing in Nashville, Mom?
You were Nashvilling.
No, she keeps saying that I was boot scooting.
Boot scooting, day drinking.
But there was no boots.
Cocktailing.
There was no boots. There was no scooting.
No scooting.
There was tennis shoes and tequila.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if there's a cute saying.
Margaritas.
I found this. Now I'm like, I knew I had it, but forgot I had it.
I like that.
And then wondered why I bought it. And then I'm like, oh, I was going to do it for Catherine. So now I'm just going to give it to you, and you can stitch it your own.
I can do it my own.
Now that you're stitching. Because she has a Halloween. She has a 4th of July party every year. And
I do.
That's her favorite thing. So I think that'll be fun.
That'll be really fun.
Yeah. That'll be fun to finish.
Can we put it on a piece of wood with a handle on top?
Sure we can.
Can we drill a hole in the wood so I can put a flag on it?
Oh, you could do that too. One off to the side. Have my guy do it like at an angle.
That's what I was thinking. I thought you were going to reject that idea.
No, I think that's clever. You could do one on both sides. So.
That's a bit extra.
Just trying to play along.
I mean, maybe.
The sun is setting. We better
I know, I just
up.
Noticed that. I'm like, it finally went down behind that row of trees there.
Fading to black. We better talk really quick.
Can you still see us?
We had lights, but they were like reflecting in my face.
They were too lighty.
Okay, so I'll put it up close and I'll talk.
Right there.
Is that not beautiful?
Stunning eulogy.
Oh, I just love it.
Oolag.
Now I did Egg Hunt, which will be making its finished debut shortly, soonish. And that too is by Satsuma Street.
I like their stuff.
I do too. Now I told you you'd find your designer, and because she goes, I don't want samplers, I don't want alphabets. I don't like, all the houses. And I said, you'll find a designer. And she did. Satsuma Street, Shannon Christine.
I've done a couple of those Twin Peak primitive ones too, which surprised me.
So I pulled this move it to the top of the pile.
Ooh.
Before the sun sets.
Fading fast,
this
folks.
one is Siren Stitchworks. Siren. Congress of Eagles.
5 designs.
They're all in here.
That's cool.
And this was a PDF download.
I like that.
I just really do. And so now I want to stitch one of those.
I think you should stitch all of them, and then I can put them in this little wooden bowl thing with
your collapsed
collapsed lemon tower.
She goes, Mom, I need something to put my lemons in, not just like a Tupperware bowl. And I go, oh, well, I have this wood tray.
Well, keep in mind they're fake lemons.
Well, and the tray is what did I say? Oh, it's pre-inheritance.
It's on loan.
I'll give it to you now, but it's still mine if I need it back. But I haven't used it for a couple of years. So, okay, then my last one is this. Stitches in Red by Brenda Keys.
That's cool. I like that.
Oh. And unbeknownst to me, there's stuff on the inside too. So when I saw it, I thought, oh, that's right. I can't wait to do the one on the front. And then I'm like, oh, wait.
There's so many
stuff
more.
in the middle. Oh,
that's so cool.
And the fabric I had in the bag. So, I mean, this was...
There was thought put into this.
There was thought. The fabric is Weeks hand-dyed fabric, 32 count straw.
That's very pretty. With the red that you have picked out?
And then red 103 silks.
That'll be cool together.
Yeah. So now I just have to figure out which one I actually bought it for to do. Because, the fabric's 13 by 19.
Weren't you saying something about Sarah from the Stitchy Spot?
Oh, yes.
That
Sarah.
She had something too?
Hi, Sarah. I need to go back and watch your video again because you had shown a red sampler on, she had finished a gorgeous giant red sampler before, but she had another one that she showed on her video, and I want to get the name of that because that was really beautiful.
Because if you're new here, my mom's going to have a sampler wall that's red samplers.
And a black one.
And a black one
downstairs, so I better get stitching. But now with my new hands, I can do that. Thank goodness.
Yes.
Thank goodness. I have 2 weeks of therapy left, and then she thinks I'll be done just in time to have my heart surgery.
Yeah.
But
that's
least,
easy peasy.
Yeah, that's I'm having. It's scary to me to have that, but they have to replace my pacemaker. Oh, wait, one more thing. This was here
too.
Oh, okay, you do your tool.
Well, you need more light for yours.
Okay.
I really am surprised that sun went behind that tree so fast.
Here are some 7mm silk ribbon that I buy through Thread Art through Amazon, and they're in Catherine's link on her IGotYou.shop, and they're beautiful. It's so hard to find 7mm, but this is what I use for my ruching. So this was really fun when they came, and I'm anxious to use this when I finish that little strawberry.
Oh, that strawberry will be so cute.
Well, that's what I was so frustrated with. While she was having this great time, I'm at home being frustrated because now that I can stitch.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, ooh, I can pull this, I can pip this, I can get ready for this, and I want to finish this. And then I got real upset with my own self because I didn't have enough done. Because it's I want to do it all because I haven't done anything since really August 14th. So
you'll get there. You
I
have
know.
FOMO. You can't do it all at once.
Well, I want to.
Well, you can't.
I know. Miss Reality over here. Get over it.
Reality sucks. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, it does. So show us what else you got.
So I had found this. I had found that I like to cut things in circles and that cutting circles is hard. And so I had found this on Amazon and left it abandoned in my cart for a very long time. And then the magic of my parents is that they don't like things left in my Amazon cart. So they bought it and it showed up at my house.
And I go, is this something you really want or are you just thinking about it?
Here's the packaging. It's in multiple languages for, inclusivity, but it's a circle cutter and it's a heavy duty one. And it says that it's for 3 to 16 centimeters. And if I were smart, I would have, put that into inches for us. But I think it goes to 6 inches. But it's this little tool, and it has this little knob up here that has a little poker that comes out to stabilize the center of your project. And then this other little knob that you can turn, which I was playing with it and made it way too tight. But that's where you can adjust your blade to make your blade come out farther to get a further diameter.
The blade is not in there because she was going to cut herself.
Yeah, I forgot the blade was in there and I got a little, whatever. Fabric and blood don't go well.
No.
But it has a little storage thing. It has a single-sided and a double-sided blade in it. But the fun part was this. Sorry. My daughter paints and I used her scrap foam core because I didn't want to use good foam core. But you can see the little pinhole in the middle from where I, adhered it on here. But you just put it on and it flawlessly cut this foam core. So easy, minimal pressure, nice clean cut, no, you know how sometimes it eats the edge. Yeah. It didn't crush the edge. it just turned out really...
It comes out like you chewed. You could have chewed it better sometimes.
Again, this is just scrap, warped, whatever, but like regardless, it cut it really nice. I was impressed. I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad you bought it. I'm glad you bought it while I left it.
I'm glad you left it in the cart for such a long time.
I know, but I just thought that since it was such ease of cutting that I would share it, because I know that we've shared other cutting tools that have been really helpful to a lot of people. Yeah. So this will also be linked, but if you want to get one of your own, but this one is the C2500P, whatever that means.
I'm just, I buy these little round wood boxes, and I always like to cut a little round in the middle to set down and cover and ruche around to have a padded bottom. And I'm forever tracing a peanut butter jar lid, or, let's add 2 inches to a soup can to get the round shape. So when I saw this idling in the cart, I'm like, does she really want it? Was she thinking about it?
Yeah.
I said,
thinking about it.
I think I'm going to order my probiotic and the cutter, and let's get this out of the cart.
Yeah, well, I use the wood round because I know they have the metal button covers and the, domed things that you can cover. But I used wood for when I did my alphabet in the round. And I think between the tension I used and the humidity in the world, my wood warped a tiny bit. It didn't affect my hanging abilities, but it still was enough to annoy me to look for an alternative. So
to cut something.
I think it's worth it, but I'll share it if you guys want to take a look at it or not. But I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Way cool.
Blades included.
Cool. Yeah. Now, did we get everything on our list?
Lord, I hope so.
Oh, I think so as well. We will be back in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And
I think that is March 14th, right before your surgery.
Yep. Surgery's on the 18th, and I'll be stitching and have a little, like a 1 week downtime from it, but but that shouldn't interrupt us trying to stick with the every 2 week thing if God willing. So here's the clicker. So I'd like to thank all of you who have subscribed. We picked up a few subscribers. Thank you very much. Tell your friends, your
happy to have you here,
co-workers, your neighbors, if you're friends with your Amazon delivery guy, anybody who you happen to see.
Passing them down the street.
We're coming. We're trying to reach 5,000 because that's just a really cool milestone, I think. Yeah. And we're going to do the 5K. I don't run, so we're going to do a 5K giveaway.
5K giveaway.
In fact, I found several duplicates.
Because she has a shopping problem and you wonder where I get it from.
A couple of duplicates. So I set them aside, and we're kind of creating some stuff to put in for a giveaway, so that's kind of fun. But we're just glad you come, giveaway or not.
Yep.
We're glad you spend some time with us, and we enjoy doing this together.
Yeah.
And
sharing our love of all things crafty.
Yep. So...
She hates that word,
crafty.
She's a crafty lady.
No, I am not. So we will see you soon.
Yes, so absolutely.
Have fun stitching, and have a good night.
Yep. Bye.